Good morning, students. Yesterday we studied about the fungi, the useful fungi and the harmful fungi. Let's move on to the next kind of microorganism that are protozoa. Now, what are protozoa? Protozoa are unicellular microorganism. What do you mean by unicellular? Uni means one and cellular means cell. That means they are made up of one single cell. Okay. Now these protozoa, that is the microorganism, they can move from one place to another place. They vary in shape and size also. These protozoa live in fresh water or salt water, and sometimes these are also found in the soil. These organisms can be sedentary. Sedentary means the ones who are not able to move, or they are also capable of locomotion. Locomotion means the way an organism moves. Okay, and how do they move? These organisms move with the help of cilia. I had told you in the beginning of the chapter, cilia are very small hair-like structure which are present in the body. So they move with the help of cilia, that is hair-like structure. The flagella is a whip-like structure. Whip means just like a hunter, okay? Whip-like. So they have got very big flagellas like this, and they move with the help of that, okay? Then, or the pseudopodia, which is seen by the amoeba. The first kind of protozoa are the amoeba. These are also unicellular organism and the simplest organism. Where do you find these amoeba? They are found in the fresh water and they are irregular. They are not at all, they do not have a definite shape. Okay. And how do they locomote? They locomote with the help of pseudopodia. Okay. They have got pseudopodia. That is, pseudopodia means, pseudo means false and podia means feet. So why are they called false feet? Because see, it does not have a proper shape. So whenever it sees any food, it breaks out from any part of the body and it captures the food. So that it is called as pseudopodia or the false feet. Then what do these amoeba feed on? These amoeba feeds on tiny parts of plants. Okay, very tiny parts of plants like the algae. They take the food, whenever they see the food, they engulf it, okay? They take out the pseudopodia and they just take the particle inside. Then the second kind of protozoa are the paramecium, okay? See, this is the paramecium. Now, the paramecium is slipper shaped. You can see it is just like the shape of our slippers. So, paramecium are slipper shaped protozoa, and its body is covered by very minute, see, I told you what are cilia. Cilia are hair like structure. I hope children you can see in the figure. See, they have got very minute hair like structure and these are called as the cilia, and this cilia helps in the locomotion. That means it helps them to move from one place to another place. Then you have got another kind of plasmodium, okay, and this is another kind of protozoa. What does plasmodium do? The plasmodium are the protozoa which causes malaria in human beings. Okay, it lives as a parasite. You all know what a parasite? Parasite means the organism which lives on other organism for its food. Okay, so it lives as parasites into two hosts. One is in the RBC and liver of man. Okay, this plasmodium lives in the RBC as well as the liver of man, and then in the saliva and stomach of female Anopheles mosquito. And you all know it is the female Anopheles mosquito which causes the malaria. The male mosquito do not cause malaria. It is only the female Anopheles mosquito which causes the malaria. So we will see what are the useful protozoa. Protozoa helps in the degradation of waste, okay? That means they are used in sewage. Very commonly protozoa are used for sewage, in the sewage, and it is why? Because they degrade the waste. Then protozoa are the food for aquatic animals like many fishes, mollusks, okay? And so they are a very important part of aquatic food chain, because they are the food for many fishes. Then some protozoa live in the alimentary canal of animals and help them to digest cellulose. Okay, animals, alimentary canal means the digestive system. Okay, they live in the digestive system of the animals and helps them to digest cellulose. About cellulose, we will study in this chapter only, but later on. Okay. Then we will see what are the harmful protozoa. Harmful protozoa. See children, this chapter is full of names of microorganisms and the diseases, and you will have to learn all these names and the diseases caused by this. Okay. So Entamoeba histolytica. Entamoeba histolytica in human intestine causes amoebic dysentery. Okay, and this is because of, you must have heard that sometimes when dysentery, you get dysentery, it's not able to be cured. It's because of the Entamoeba histolytica. You will have to go to the doctor and doctor gives you medicine. Then there is the Entamoeba gingivalis. It is found in the tartar on teeth and it causes pyorrhea. Okay, pyorrhea is also another kind of disease which is found in the teeth or in the gums. Okay, it may cause bleeding of the gums and it may then causes decay. Then just now I told you malaria is caused by plasmodium. Plasmodium causes malaria. Okay, now in tropical countries, one of the very harmful protozoa is plasmodium, which causes the malaria. And the life cycle of plasmodium includes the female Anopheles mosquito. Just now I told you it is the female Anopheles mosquito, and which comes to the, and we human being are the host, and it causes the malaria. And how does it? See, the plasmodium is injected when the mosquito bites. Whenever this female Anopheles mosquito comes and bites us, it injects the protozoa, that is the plasmodium, and punctures the skin for the blood. That means it is injecting. Okay, and once the plasmodium gets into the human body, what does the plasmodium do? The plasmodium attacks the red blood cells in our body. Okay, it attacks the red blood cells in the body. So this is how the malaria is caused in human beings. The rest we will continue in the next video. Bye children and take care.